Hey, Pirate Dave here, and recently I was thinking, what makes cult games cult games? What keeps them under the radar and keeps the masses from playing them? Obviously there isn't one universal reason, so I figured why not check out some of these games myself and decide. I decided to start out with a very obscure title, one that's actually below cult status. What with the upcoming production of The Phantom Legacy, one of my favorite superheroes of all time, I decided, hey, let's check out the Phantom 2040 for the SNES. Now, you probably have never heard of this or even played it. If you have, very few people can say bad things about it. It's actually a very solid title. It just went under the radar when it came out in 1994. So, let's check it out. You'll see what you think. I know what I'll think. And we'll decide. Why didn't this game make it? So the game starts out with a montage. You're in Metropia in the year 2040. A departure from the Phantom's usual Jungle Avengers setting. Basically, the corporation known as Maximum Inc. is ruining the world. Rebecca Madison is the head of Maximum, and you have to take her down before she takes over the world. Because in this desolate dystopian future, nobody else will. This is a very classic storyline that Phantom 2040 portrays well, using cutscenes similar to those in the montage, or if you prefer, a summarized version is available. When you get to the title screen, you can jump right into the game, or if you prefer, change the options. Your starting lives seem to be the only semblance of difficulty settings in the game. At first notice, we can see that Phantom 2040 has graduated from the Contra school of shooters. You can shoot up, down, left, right, diagonal, left, in every direction. Your main weapon is a basic gun. Your secondary weapon is your rope. This is my favorite weapon in the game, as it can be used to swing from objects, stun enemies, or climb up walls. As you progress, power-ups can be found that increase its length, making it that much more useful. As you play through the game, you will unlock more weapons. Each can be synced to the Y or X button. There is one universal ammo in this game, indicated by the orange bar in the upper left corner. The main gameplay aspect of Phantom 2040 is that of a platformer/shooter. You go through the levels, reach the boss, and kill them. The boss fights typically take place in one small room, like Mega Man. When you die, you don't start over. Instead, you kneel down, regain all your health and ammo, and keep fighting. This is probably a good thing because the password system, it's 48 characters long. I know what you're thinking, 48 characters? I was 9 when I first played this. Who wants to write down a 48 character password? The game definitely punishes you when you stop playing it. But there's a reason for this that wasn't shown in the gameplay footage. You see, during this game, almost in every level, you're given a choice, usually one of two choices, that dictate not only how you play the next level, but how events unfold and one of the 4 different endings you get. So, perhaps such a long password is necessary to remember all the things that you've done, all the choices you made, all the different weapons that you've gotten or haven't gotten. But when it comes down to it, 48 characters, I don't want to write that down. So let's evaluate this. Why did this game go under the radar? The Phantom came out in 1936 as a newspaper strip. So this game is probably geared towards about 60, 70-year-olds, people that were 10 years old when it first came out because, you know, children love comic book strips and stuff like that. But a 70-year-old isn't going to play the SNES, so let's make an assumption. This game is targeted towards the children of those 70-year-olds who have been passed on the knowledge of the Phantom, because during that time the Phantom didn't ever regain its popularity it had when it first came out. So this game is targeted towards 30 to 40-year-olds, but 30 to 40-year-olds didn't play SNES games. Like I said, I'm not going to say it's targeted towards the grandchildren of those people, because a 9-year-old isn't going to want to write down a 48 password, and a 60-year-old isn't going to be able to remember a 48-character password. So there you have it. Phantom 2040, key demographic, 30 to 40-year-olds. Just weren't that many playing the SNES. Thank you for your time, and I think in my next review I'm going to review a very controversial game, Duke Nukem 3D. Definitely a cult classic, but I have my own feelings on it, and I think they're not going to mesh well with the feelings of the people that might check that review out. Be sure to stay tuned next time.